Hello my fellow developers. In this video we will implement front-end for our tags or albums in our application, and we will use a React router library for it. This library is widely used to make a routing in React applications, and what we're gonna do is to create a route for our homepage and route for our albums, where we will pass a parameter with the label, and then we will call our API and pass this parameter there and get our pictures, our filtered response from database. So let's start. First of all, we need to install our library React Router DOM. Let's do it. And when it is installed, we will create our routes in our app TSX. First, let's create a structure for our application. Let's create pages. I'm going to create a folder, pages. And in this pages directory, we will create our home. And we will create, let's call it album. And let's start with the home page. And what we're gonna do is just move stuff from here, our uploader and image list, to our home. And now here we can get rid of this stuff. And instead, we're gonna create our routes. So first we're gonna import browser router, and we will wrap our application in this router. I'm doing a lot of typos because I was working on Windows laptop all the day long, and I kind of switched to the Windows keyboard, and now I'm trying to record this video on Mac, and my fingers still think it's another laptop. So I'm sorry for that. We have our router, we wrap the entire app in it, and then we'll create our routes here in this div. And of course need to import. And inside these routes we're gonna have every single route. First one will be our index page, so we add index parameter here and as well import the route, and the component that will represent our index is gonna be home. And second one will be, we did not create it yet, so let's comment. Let's check that our home page is working still. Yes, our index page is here. So now let's create an album page. It's gonna be, for now, just a div. And let's add a title. And here we will also have a list of images, but for now we don't have the images here. We don't fetch anything yet. Our album will get a tag, will get a parameter label. So let's add here first our album. Here we remove the index, and instead of the index we add a path, and our path is gonna be album slash tag, and this semicolon before the tag means that this is a parameter and path parameter, and instead of this, actually again let's call it label for the consistency. Let's import album. So this label will be it's just a variable, and instead there will be an actual label here from here. So if you you go like this, album, and then again typo, album, and you can see we have our title. Let's print out this variable to our title. How do we get it? We are using a hook from React Router library for this. The hook use params. So if we do this params label, we should see our label here. Yeah, so we're getting label from our URL, from our path, and then we're gonna use again our React query library, our infinite query, to fetch the data. But now we will pass not only limit, we will pass our label as well. Let's copy the query call here to our albums, and let's change it. Let's change things that we need to change. So here it's gonna be the same, and here I'm gonna add label to our context. I'm not happy because I need to do this label, and yes, looks better. Still not happy. It is not happy because of types in our fetch photos. It expects us to have only number, but we now have label. Let's add it. String undefined. Now it is happy. In fetch photos, we will destructure it here near the limit, and we pass it here. Instead of doing these strange constructions, let's fix the function here. It is not happy with the fact that our value can be undefined, so we add the type here, and then here we will just add this exclamation. That means that we are sure that there is a value here. Because we actually are checking for a faulty value here, let's just add this, the check, to make sure that we're checking for, like, that we are converting it to Boolean. And now it should work fine, and we can even remove this and just leave it as it is, because it's not gonna do this if the value is not existing. And let's now try what's going on here. Yes, it is still passing our limit, and now it is passing our label as well. And our data, it has pages, items, and it's empty array because we do not have a label, such label. But let's try, let's say cat, and we're getting 8 pictures of cat. The only strange thing is why we're getting 10 pictures. What is our limit is 5, but we're getting 8. Actually, I know why. Because if you take a look here, we scan first 5 items, we are getting 4 pictures of the cat, that is less than 5, and then we scan it again, and we are getting next pictures, and it does not cut it to 5 because it just puts everything together here. It doesn't matter if it's where is our function? It's here. So it doesn't matter how many, it will just, if we have here 4 and we make another call and we're getting another 4 pictures, it will just add them together, and we can fix it. We can cut this to the I always forget slice and splice. What's the difference between them? It just returns a copy. And we want our last evaluated key, in this case, be not this one, but last item primary key. So items length -1 primary key. Here not the 5 but just limit, because we don't want to hard code it to 5. Yeah, that's another typo. Let's try. Let's restart and try. Let's check again. And now we have 5. And let's now display them. To display them, we're gonna again do some refactoring of our image list. In image list, we're doing this call, but actually this call doesn't belong here. Instead, we're gonna get our stuff, gonna pass it here to the props, and this call we're gonna move to our home, and just pass this stuff here. And of course data is data. And we need to add our prop types here. React functions, image list props. His next page is gonna be Boolean. Is loading Boolean, and data is an array of images. No, not, wait. What's gonna be data? Data pages, and in every page is gonna be items, and our items are array of images, I think so. And if you take a look here, infinite data, undefined. Okay, let our page to be just items, image, array, and pages are actually an array as well. And fetch next page. What is it? Expression is not callable. Let's do it like this. The type function, will it be working? Yes, it's working. And this we don't need anymore. And where is our home? Something is red there. Okay, we don't need this. We want to import. Last page is type unknown. Fetch photos. Here, Boolean undefined. Okay, and here as well. So we are doing them. We are changing them to the optional parameters. Okay, we actually can type it as infinite data here instead of typing it manually. Data, infinite data, image, and here or probably it should be items image, like this. So we are passing here our backend response, and we can check our home, and it is still working. It is still loading our pictures, so everything is good. And what we're gonna do now, we just copy this over to our album, because it is all the same. The only difference is the label. And let's go to our album, cat, and we see our 5 cats, and we can even load more cats. Amazing. Just something breaks when we are trying to load more. Again, let's fix a bit our get photos. We should return it only if we have this, because if we do not have our last evaluated key, then we should not return anything here. And let's try again, and we're getting more pictures, and our button disappeared as it should, so it works perfect. Last bit is to make our labels here clickable, but with React Router it's gonna be very easy. So we go to our image list, and we find our labels, and here we just we can just replace it with link to, and let's pass album / label, and import link, of course, and let's test. Let's go to home, let's go to our refrigerator, and again we are getting the cat. Or let's go to our head, and we are getting 2 heads. So it's working, and that's it. We created our albums. In the next video we will continue to improve functionality of our application. We will implement this delete tag button on the backend and API for it on the front end. We also implement delete photo and many other things. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below the video. Thank you.